What's good everyone, welcome back to the channel. So looking back at some older videos I did this year, I noticed that the iPhone 6s Plus was one of the most watched wide videos I'd ever done this whole entire 2019, and I found it pretty crazy and actually really cool that a lot of people, so many people are focused on such an older phone. And one thing I love about the iPhone 6s Plus is that yes, it's kind of an older phone, like yes, it was made in like 2015 and it's not the newest phone, older design, all that stuff, but there's still a lot of people that probably own this phone or are planning to get this phone still going into 2020. And I think personally that the iPhone 6s Plus, as of right now, even going into 2020, is a better buy and is more legendary in a way than the iPhone 6s Plus was even going into 2019. And that might seem crazy, especially when you consider like iOS 13, it's definitely an interesting ride to say. A lot of people, don't really like it. A lot of people hate on it, including me. I think there's some really weird things going on with it. But the fact that it's still getting software support is a really great thing overall. And that's one of the huge reasons why this phone is still a legend in my opinion. But the main reason why this phone is still a super awesome buy and is even better going into 2019 or going into 2020 than it was going into 2019 would definitely be that checkring jailbreak. That specific thing breathed so much life into this specific phone that honestly, for the price that you're paying for this phone and for the performance and the cost of use over time, it just makes this phone such a decent buy that it's really not worth overlooking for a lot of people. I'm sure in a lot of third world countries, for a lot of people going who watch my videos outside of America, phone prices tend to be more expensive than here in America, and I totally understand that. The prices in America for an iPhone 6s Plus are about $120. In your country, it might be a little different. I know in Germany, I have a lot of Germans who watch my video for some reason, and I love Germany. Shout out to them. We had beef before in the past, but I'm over it. I apologize. A lot of phones that might cost $120 here might cost a lot more over there, and I totally understand that. So kind of keep that in mind when I'm going through this. I'm coming from an American standpoint. Now, the cost to repair the iPhone 6s Plus is super cheap. It's not that expensive at all. If we're replacing the screen, replacing the camera, parts for this thing are super cheap. Speed wise, it's still a very good performing phone for the price. Obviously, between the 6s Plus and iPhone 11 will beat it without a doubt. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but it's still a pretty decent speed performing device when you consider the age, even the competition of what was going around 2015 versus the 6s Plus, and also the software support. It's still getting that, which is really cool. It's definitely decent in speed, and that's probably the best way I can go about it. But those things we already know. I've already made separate videos talking about those things even for the 6s Plus. But the best thing, like I stated before, is that unpatchable jailbreak. Whether you like it or not, having that capability is really cool. And the iPhone 6s, including the 6s Plus, is one of the oldest iPhones that still support the checkring jailbreak, and it's going to support it. It's not going to be unpatched. It is a hardware malfunction, or even a hardware feature, if you will, of the iPhone 5s all the way to the iPhone 10, making these iPhones pretty much susceptible to this jailbreak, which is awesome. But the thing is that with the 5s and even the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, those iPhones are definitely showing their ages. Those phones are definitely feeling a bit older, even though they're the same build as the 6s and 6s Plus. The 6 specifically does not feel like a fast phone. I use it every once in a while. It's a very slow phone. But the 6s and 6s Plus are one of the older iPhones that still support the jailbreak, like I stated, and those phones do not feel that slow at all. I was even running that Dolphin emulator on my iPhone 6s, and it really wasn't that bad. Like, I know it was slow, but it wasn't completely horrible. It was running GameCube games at pretty decent speeds. Obviously, it wasn't like the best thing ever. It wasn't like 60 frames or anything, I don't think, but it was pretty good, and I was surprised by the performance of that phone that came out in 2015 running GameCube games, which was pretty cool. So that is one really important thing. Also, if Apple kind of keeps going down with their whole software support that they're going, most probably 6s and 6s Plus will end at iOS 13. I don't think it's going to get iOS 14, but if Apple switches to their new software layout, that what they're doing, that it's going to get whatever 4 or 5 full versions of OS support and then security updates for a year. That's kind of what Apple's doing with the 5s and iPhone 6. Apple could potentially do that with the 6s Plus, making the 6s Plus not only jailbreakable, which it already is, but also getting those security updates for an extra year on top of that, which is not that crazy. Apple could potentially do it. They're doing it now with the 5s and 6. So I think that would be an awesome thing if they were able to keep doing that with the iPhone 6s Plus, which I think they're honestly going to be doing. So ultimately, the iPhone 6s Plus, even if iOS 13 is the last version, it's still going to be a solid phone to own for that price. And I think going into 2020, if you own an iPhone 6, iPhone 5s, or even an older Android like an Galaxy S5 or LG G2 or a OnePlus 2 or something like that, I think going for the iPhone 6s Plus, I think that's a pretty decent pickup in my opinion, dude. You're getting a lot of phone for your value. Even if you keep it stock, that's, a pretty decent phone in and of itself. But if you jailbreak it, that's how you can get so much more functionality. You're getting way more features that even the iPhone 11 Pro Max doesn't have, dude. And for a package that costs less than $120 for the most part, you might spend a little bit more money on it, maybe $150 in different countries like I stated. But in this specific example, even my 6S Plus didn't. I think I spent like $100 on mine, dude, and it works perfectly fine. So the 6S Plus is a legend in its own route. I've been saying it for so long. It's one of the best priced phones, and it's for the price and the speed that you're getting with the 2 GB of RAM, which might not seem like a lot. It's a pretty decent phone, man. And even Apple's still selling the iPhone 8 that has 2 GB of RAM, and the 6S Plus is right there with it. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions or you have any comments about the 6S Plus, let me know in the comment section below. Hit that like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys can hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel, all those links are linked down below. I'd really appreciate it if you guys could check it out. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.